There is a clock-like mechanistic ambiance to this reality. It has to be this way lest it be stripped of order altogether. Call this the universe, cosmos, higher realms, fifth dimension, the nucleus of a cell dreaming inside the brain of a macrocosmic microbiological organism in a universe of imagination. It does not matter what you call it, and soon enough you will understand that words only present a sliver of reality and experience is the real truth. Neither word nor concept can ever truly justifiably express the genuine nature of things. The thing, or no thing being expressed, sits outside of language. What do I mean by that? It's quite simple. Let's say I write the word ocean on a piece of paper. It could easily take up about 2 inches of space on the paper. Now obviously the ocean is bigger than the 2 inches of space on the paper that I used in this example to describe what I am talking about by writing the word ocean. So what does this tell us? It goes back to the previous point of stating that words nor concepts can truly justifiably express reality. Experience is the truth. So back to this organic clockwork like mechanism. It is the order under the beauty. Let's say we take all of the daisies in a certain region of this sphere called Earth. Let's just say, for kicks, we gathered 2 million daisies, and if you or I were to count each petal and divide them amongst each other and average them together, then we would indeed come up with some mathematical formula that tells us the average amount of petals on each daisy. Now let me ask you something. When you gaze at a field of flowers on a bright sunny day, with a smile on your face, as a slight breeze carries the fragrance of the flowers to you from across the field, and the rays of the sun recharge and replenish your energy systems, are you really contemplating on how many petals are divided and averaged amongst the flowers? I doubt it. So you see, order is the amount of petals and beauty, or chaos, is the field of flowers. So if you really pay close attention to the simplistic concept I am presenting that pertains to order out of chaos, it will ease the mental strain that may be present later when contemplating matters such as what I am bringing forth. It can become so complex, but it doesn't have to be. Don't get me wrong, I adore complexity. It keeps me sharp, but if I make things ridiculously more complex than they have to be, then I won't enjoy the challenge of complexity when it arises naturally. Chaos, birth, order. So if one were to do their own research and see that the truth reveals itself unfiltered through the lens of etymology. Etymology holds the origin of what words were really intended to mean upon their creation. Not like the dictionary or social definitions that rarely have a foundation on truth, but always shifting and merging with whatever mood society is in at the moment. Take a look around. Etymologically, man and woman had a definition that was forever stable. Now, as I stated before, society has now just felt like changing the definition of man and woman and what that word really means, just because they felt like it. So in these times, etymology will be the source of truth, and a few etymological definitions of chaos are as follows. Chaos: gaping void, empty, immeasurable space, vast and empty. Sounds like some understanding of the physical universe. Outer space, macro nebula. It's vast beyond calculation, but yet here we are. The order out of which this universe allowed us to emerge, i.e. order, birthed from chaos. Now, what we call the mind is obviously not confined just to the biological mass of the beautiful brain we have. The mind cannot be pinned down, seeing as how it isn't physical. It's almost like an immeasurable space. Wow. Sounds like chaos. I could also argue that the mind is vast and empty. Well, at least it's supposed to be. Your mind is to be experienced in its truest, most balanced and beautiful state as an empty cup constantly being filled by your higher self. A crowded room is not a space where silence is harnessed. So too, a crowded mental field is not ideal for the fertility in which bright ideas can be harvested. This is why, in some sense, English can be dangerous, because if one talks about an empty mind, then what follows is the idea that the person who is empty-minded is somehow the victim of a mental debility. That couldn't be farther from the truth. Chaos is in no means disorderly. It is in no means debilitating. It is the feminine aspect of this universe, that in which all things emerge. Chaos is potential and opportunity. So emptiness must be seen as sacred, and if you adopt this mindset, then what inevitably follows is divine order.